Here you will see a discussion on the different hour fuels, ladder fuels, and fuel types in our area.
I actually hear this term very often, but it's accurate. It's called the time lag. And a time lag is for the different sizes of fuels. Now, small stuff, real fine fuel, stuff that's 0 to 1/4 inch, called 1 hour fuels. And that's how long it takes it to go from being totally saturated to totally dry and ready to burn. And then 1/4 to inch, so stuff kind of in this, are 10-hour fuels. And then pretty much over that, let's see, I think it's 1 to 10 inch is, no, 1 to 6 inches 100-hour fuels, and over that is considered 1,000-hour fuels. And one of the other components with fuel is the fuel moisture. And to be all scientific, they've actually got a little probe with it's a meter with a couple of sharp probes they can actually stick in the wood, and it'll tell you what the percentage of moisture is. The field expedient way is to take a stick, see how far it bends before it breaks. So this would actually burn really well with the 1 hour fuels. Now we're getting into the 10s. Yeah, it's a little bit of flex. Alright, so this would burn pretty well. So then when we were talking about ground fuels, we're talking about Duffed. That's this stuff. If I go down a little ways, I can get to where there's mineral soil. But all this stuff down below here is Duffed.
So if you're digging in the line, you're going to dig until you get to that mineral soil.
Yep. Yep, and we've got a pretty decent duff layer all the way around here from needle shed from these trees. So then this stuff you see sitting here like this is surface fuels. And since this is all such short stuff around here, I would consider these surface fuels in this instance. But then we go over here. So now what we've got with the stuff like this is ladder fuels. And it's called ladder fuels because fire can use it for a ladder to get up into the canopy where the aerial fuels are. The part of, if we're punching a line through here, is if you got a sawyer working, or just whoever's on a Pulaski, who would cut this stuff to about head height to try to get rid of the ladder fuels as you're putting a line through here. So,
because if you have a ground fire come through, grass 6 inches tall, it's not going to light that tree on fire if there's no ladder fuels, because it can't get hot enough to light the big log on fire. But it can light this smaller stuff on fire and work its way up.
This is an example of a ground fire among trees. There weren't enough ladder fuels to have the fire get into the tops of the trees. Only the understory was burned.
yeah, and it's also called an understory burn, and those are really beneficial because it burns all of this crap off. So understory burns are helpful, usually, until they turn into not understory burn.
So do y'all ever do those on purpose?
Oh God, yeah. Yeah, especially, sometimes we would do it, up where I lived it was mostly logging flash, but it was also once in a while for a wildlife habitat, or just to improve the local ecosystem for whatever the timber growth was. Just to burn all the dead crap out and just make it a little bit healthier. So yeah, I guess that kind of finished that kind of quick. But the main fuel types that we deal with in this area are stuff that we can literally see from here. We can see, grass and shrub. We see sagebrush over there. Deal with a lot of that. And that stuff down on the bottom is considered heavy shrub. We don't have that much logging litter or logging slash in this area. Some timber litter, but then we got, then we got timber. That's pretty much everything that we have to deal with in our area.
So how do you categorize like all the trees that have just fallen over there and going
Called
up
deadfall, and that would be considered timber litter.
Okay.
The stuff that's on the ground.
Yeah, the stuff that's fallen down. There's a couple dead ones over there.
Now if you look over there, you'll turn around, you'll see one tree up against another. It's sort of half over. That's the reason why when you go into, quote, where the trees are, the forest, whatever, you need to be looking up and around. You don't want to get near that. Unless your intent is to go and drop that tree.
Let's see if there's anything.